What's up, guys? We are live, and we got a good card this Saturday to break down. We got UFC Raleigh, we got JDS Junior Dos Santos versus Curtis Blaydes in the main event, and this is a fun card, man. I like this card. Last card wasn't the best betting wise, I went -2 units on the night, lost on Ode Osborne, and I also lost on Justin Widet. I should never bet him. It's my fault. I cash on Mazzo. So before we talk about the next card, I got to do a quick shout out to Mr. Arkansas. I'm going to be honest. I knew about his competition in the predictor wars and all that, but I've been really busy lately, so I haven't had a chance to check out his videos. And I checked a lot of them out today, and now I know all about it. I'm really excited for this. I'm super competitive guy, so I feel like anyone that's in it that doesn't want to be in it, I mean, just you guys are weird, man. I mean, this is something cool to do. I mean, I'm really competitive. I feel like a lot of YouTube projectors are competitive as well. So, I mean, this is fun, man. I mean, I had a terrible week one, and that definitely you can say lit some fire under my ass. But I'm always, like, I mean, I'm, a diehard fan. I love this game. This is my favorite sport. I'm always gonna be here. I'm always gonna bet. I'm always gonna do DraftKings, and yeah, I mean, I'm gonna try to win this competition, man. I'm not getting in here just for shits and giggles. So Mr. Arkansas knows I'm gonna bring it, and I can't wait. So shout out to him. Everybody, check out his channel, and I mean, check out the Predictor Wars. There's a lot of good guys on there, man. And my group's pretty tough too. And I went 4-7 on my picks. I think I'm last place right now in my division, but I can't wait, man. So I'm trying to think what we should talk about for last card. I mean, Conor McGregor, smoke Cowboy Cerrone. I should have bet him. I should have parlayed him, but I didn't. CDF went out there and made Pettis quit. Pettis has quit multiple times. Co-main event, trash. We don't have to talk about that. The Green fight versus Olenek was a really good fight. Green showed a lot of heart, but, it wasn't enough. I mean, what else? I'm trying to think what the best fights were on that card. The Kelleher fight sucks. I bet on Osborne with that. I bet on with that sucks. Mazzo I thought Mazzo won that fight for sure. It was a close fight, but I definitely thought she won. Drew Dober. I mean, I'm a little mad at myself because I told myself that he was live. I just I didn't pick him. I didn't bet him. I went the other way. It is what it is. So he got a good decision win. So yeah, I'm gonna read the comments real quick. Turn up MMA. What's up, bro? Better luck this weekend, sir. Thanks, man. Good luck to you too. I can't wait. I have 2 dog plays so far, and I also have another play too, which is he's not a dog, but it's really close to even money. So yeah, so I can't wait for this competition. I can't wait for DraftKings. I mean, I'm in, shout out to Brett Appley. I'm in that season-long DraftKings tournament. So, I think I'm went 75th out of 180. So that was pretty good. Connor and CDF gave me a lot of points, and Maslow gave me like 85 points. So that was pretty cool. So let's do this, man. This is a great card, and I can't wait, man. So first fight of the night, we got Nate the Train Landwehr, who's 9-2, or not 9-2. I'm sorry, who's 13-2, versus Herbert Burns, who's 9-2. And Nate the Train, man. I mean, this guy is he's a fan favorite. This guy's definitely made for the UFC. I mean, you could say he's Justin Gaethje, 2.0, the other Justin Gaethje Jr., all this stuff, but. This guy comes to bring it, man. I mean, this guy is a really good fighter. I mean, I don't know how he's not why he hasn't been in the UFC. I mean, he has a good winning record, but or that's not what I'm going to say. He has a really good record against guys. I mean, he's beating some really good competition. I think I forgot I wrote it down somewhere, but I think it was like the record of the guys that he's faced is like 16, 15 or something. I forgot what it was, but look it up. He's faced some really good guys in the regional scene. This guy's on a 7-fight winning streak. He does have a loss by sub, but I mean, this guy's a good get at game. He gets taken down for sure. I mean, that's a worry here because Herbert Burns, the brother Gilbert Burns. I mean, that's his game. He has a really good ground game. His wrestling is pretty decent. His striking is not that good. He's a little chinny too. He's been wobbling in his fights. He got wobbled by that complete jobber in Contender Series. I feel like the longer the fight goes, you got to give the advantage to Nate. I mean, Nate has really good cardio. That's definitely one of his best assets. I mean, this guy's been 5 rounds multiple times. He never gets tired. He's a dog. He's going to be in his face. He has the better striking. I feel like he has a really good right hand, good uppercut, good jab. Huge striking advantage on the feet. But I mean, if this fight hits the mat, I mean, you got to give the advantage to Burns. Burns has a serious BJJ black belt ground game, man. So, and Landwehr's been taken down. So, if he gets his back taken, he's in trouble. But like I said, he has a good get-up game. I feel like the first round's going to be a sweat. I wanted to bet him really bad at plus money, but I missed out. I should have bet him at plus 100. I didn't do it. Now he's minus 120. I'm not going to bet him, but I do think he gets the job done. I think that this guy's going to be really a force in the division, man. I mean, he just walks forward. He eats punches. He has a really good chin, but he brings it, man. He's going to be in your face, throwing punches. He hits like a truck too. I mean, he has a lot of wins by knockout. And like I said, Herbert Burns, good ground game, but that's pretty much it. I feel like it's kind of one dimensional. He's not on the level of Gilbert Burns. He's lost twice before, by the way, in one. So I'm gonna go with Nate the Train, and I'm gonna go with a third round TKO here. And I do think that Herbert Burns will win fights in the UFC, but I just think that this is a good matchup for Nate. And I think Nate's going to go pretty far, man, in the division. I'm not saying he's going to be a champ or anything, but I think he could go to the top 15, maybe top 10. I mean, he's fought some good competition, man. He has a good game or a good game plan. He has a good set of skills, man. So I got Nate the Train. So next fight, we got, check real quick. Brett John versus Tony Gravely. And yeah, man, this is my first play of the night. Let me check out my notes real quick. Or did I even write it? Let me see. Kind of have all my notes scattered this time, so they're not like all there, which kind of, you know, isn't the best for me. Let's see, what is it? Okay, so we got Tony Gravely, who's 19-5, and we got Johns, who is 15-2. I mean, I don't kind of like what Will Martin said in his breakdowns. I don't know why Johns, um, was a dog. I mean, I know it opened minus 215, and then a lot of money came on Gravely, but I mean, Jones, I don't know. John should not be the dog here. Gravely's a prospect from Contender Series. He's a big guy. He has a good wrestling game, and he's pretty physical. But I mean, Brett Johns is, he's a good fighter, man. I mean, he's been around. He's coming off a 2-year layoff, but I mean, he got hurt. He hurt his knee, and I mean, he's been trying to get a fight for a while. So I just think a lot of people are kind of writing him off. I mean, he lost to Aljamain Sterling, and he also lost to Pedro Munoz, two top 5 guys. He won the first against Munoz, and then Munoz just kind of, hurt him with the leg kicks in the second round. And then, you know, his calves, man, were shot, and then he hurt him in the body. But I mean, those are two top 5 guys. What do you think, guys? What do you think they would do to Gravely? In this matchup, man, I mean, I feel like John does a really good submission game. I mean, he has a lot of wins by sub. Gravely's been tapped out 4 times. He gives up his back. He puts himself in bad positions. Ray Rodriguez took his back twice. So I feel like if this fight hits the mat, I think Johns is gonna, even if he gets taken down, he's gonna sweep him or get on top, find a submission on the feet. I feel like it's close. I think Johns might have the better striking. The striking's come definitely a long way. I grab with those bombs, but I mean, Johns pretty technical. Johns is fast. Johns just trained at hard knocks for this camp. So I mean, his striking's definitely gonna look a lot better. Um, he just got his BJJ black belt as well. So I mean, that's definitely a feather in his cap. And like I said, he has a really good ground game. Great right hand. He has really good pressure too, which I think is gonna frustrate a guy like Gravely, who has a lot of muscle. But yeah, man, just I know Gravely's lost a pretty good competition, but just the fact that he's been in all these bad positions, and if you get your back taken or you get in a bad spot against a guy like Brett Johns, who is a serious jiu-jitsu guy or serious guy on the mat, you're gonna get taken out. So I got Brett Johns by submission win. Next fight, we got sorry, important text message from my mother. Okay, so anyways, next fight we got Sarah McMann versus Lina Lansberg, Steven Glansberg. If you don't know what that movie is from, I don't know what to tell you, but anyways, it's from Superbad. We got Lina Lansberg. It's my own fault. I usually have all my notes like right next to each other, like every fight. But yeah, I didn't do it this time, so I'm gonna be scattering around. So I apologize. Next time it'll be more organized. Okay, so we got Lina Lansberg, who's 10-4, McMann, who's 11-5. And this is a really close fight. Sarah McMann is a girl that, I like to fade, a girl that, she's really hard to trust. She's a quitter, in my opinion. I mean, her cardio is not good. She looks good in the first round, then she just goes through like a different stage. I just don't know what's up with her, man. I really don't. But I feel like this is a pretty good matchup for her. Like she has really good grappling, and I just don't think Lansberg is going to be able to like hurt her on the feet or tap her out. I mean, Lansberg's never had a submission win. Lansberg's definitely on the rise. She's on a 2-fight winning streak, and I mean the Macy Chiesa fight was a good win. I mean, she out grappled her. She had a tough first round, but she out grappled her. She's not going to out grapple McMann, I don't think. I mean, maybe later in the fight because both these girls have good grappling, but I just think McMann, man, has the better grappling. I mean, Yana Kunitskaya has been out there and taken down uh, Lansberg at will. So, I mean, I think McMahon's a better grappler than her. It just McMahon, her gassing's not good, and she's a little shinny. And the striking's close. I feel like McMahon throws bombs, but she's striking's not really that good. Lansberg might be a little more technical, but I mean, I don't know, man. Lansberg's 4-3 in the UFC. I feel like she should definitely be 3-4. We'll be talking about that later. I thought that Pudilova definitely won that fight. She's a grinder, man. She's tough. She's been finished, like 3 times by strikes, but she's a tough girl. And like I mentioned, McMahon's cardio is not the best, but I think it's a pretty decent matchup. So I think McMahon's just going to control her on the mat, win a clear cut, dominant decision. So I'll go with McMahon, but I do think that Landsberg's live for sure because you just can't trust a girl like Sarah McMahon. This girl hasn't fought in 2 years. She had three um, grappling bouts since her 2 losses. Or yeah, so she's on a 2-fight losing streak to Kevin Vieira and Renault, both by sub, and then she hasn't fought in 2 years, but she's gone on and she's done 3 grappling bouts and she won 2 of them and lost one of them by submission. So she's active, but she's both these girls are old, man. I mean, McMahon's 38, Lancer's 37. I'm really curious to see who wins this fight, but I'll go with McMahon, but I'm not confident at all. So next fight we got Montel Jackson versus Felipe Colares. I mean, what really can you say about this fight? I mean, I think that Montel Jackson should be favored here. He's definitely one of the best prospects in the division. I think he's going to go really far. I don't see how Colares wins this fight. Colares got taken down at will against De Freitas, and I feel like Jackson is going to have a huge advantage on the mat, but he has a huge advantage on the feet too. I mean, he's really long. He has a good reach. He has a really serious jab. Great right hand. I feel like he's definitely one of the best prospects. He's going to go far. If he rematched Simone, he would smoke Simone. He got to win, or Colares got to win against Poarte. Pretty close fight, but Poarte just didn't show up. And I mean, Poarte's not who we all thought he was. But I just think that Montel Jackson's going to go out there and just hurt him and bad with that jab and, get him in the clinch, hurt him with some knees. And I mean, I think he could take him down at will if he wanted to. So I'll go with Jackson for the first round KO. Next fight, we got Justine Kish versus Lucie Pudilova. And this is a very interesting fight. Pudilova is on a 3-fight losing streak, man. And it sucks because she got robbed against Aldana, I feel like. I mean, that was a really, really good fight. One of the best women's fights I've ever seen. It was a dog fight, a close fight. And I bet Pudilova there, so you can call me biased if you want, but I do think she got the job done. And against Carmouche, she lost the fight, but it was close, dude. I mean, it was a close fight, but she just got taken down. Carmouche didn't really do anything, though, but it was a close fight. And then the fight with Shevchenko, I also bet Pudilova there. And I mean, she almost got her out of there in the first round. And then, Shevchenko got her down, tapped her out. I still think Pudilova has talent. She's 8-5, but she's on a 3-fight losing streak. But I mean, against 3 good girls, and I mean, I thought she beat Aldana, and then like I already mentioned the other 2, but this is a striker versus striker matchup, and Keisha's not going to be able to out grapple or take her down. She's a striker, and Keisha's a pretty good right hand, but I think Pudilova is a better striker. Keisha hasn't fought in a long time. I think it's a 2-year layoff. She's fought a strawweight before, but Pudilova's fought a bantamweight. Pudilova has a big size advantage here, and I mean, Kish, she can get taken down pretty easily too. I mean, she literally shot the bed against Herrick. Literally shot the bed. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch that fight against Fleece Herrick. The fight with Kim was really close. Could have gone either way, but Kim really came on strong in that fight. And a girl like Pudilova, man, she's gonna bring the fight. She's gonna be in her face, and I mean, she's just not gonna let away, man, from Kish. She has a great jab, dude, and a really good right hand, and she has good cardio too. And I think she has a grappling advantage as well. So I got Pudilova, man. I think that she's gonna come out here and make a statement, and get a really good win. I wouldn't be surprised if she gets a finish here, but I'm gonna go with the dominant decision for Lucie Pudilova. Next fight, we got Arnold Allen versus Nick Lentz, and yeah, this is it's a good fight. Arnold Allen's supposed to fight Josh Emmett. It would have been a better fight because both those guys are top 10 guys. And Nick Lentz is making his return to 45, so it's super interesting to see that because Lentz hasn't fought there in like 5 years, and 45 was a really bad cut for him, man. So I'm really curious to see why. I mean, the fight with Armani, I think, was in 45, and I mean, pre-tape, I actually had Mad in that fight, but I think a lot of people probably had Wentz, but who knows? We'll see. But yeah, I think Arnold Allen's he's a really good prospect. I mean, he's one of the best prospects in the division. I think he can go far in the division. I think he'd be a top 10 guy, maybe even farther than that. I mean, he's good everywhere. He's a really good striker. I mean, he has a good point, you know. Fighting game. He has good grappling. I mean, he has been taken down before, and I know Masvidal took him down, but then he got the submission weight. McMann took him down. He also took down McMann. I saw something that I forget who it was said McMann's not that good of a fighter and all that. McMann's a pretty good fighter, man. And McMann's probably the best fighter that Arnold Allen's fought. But McMann's a good fighter, man. I mean, don't sleep on that fight against uh shoot, who's he fighting next? Not Fishgold, we already beat him. I can't. So what is his name? The guy that trains with Mike Grundy. Okay, yeah, that's gonna be a great fight. But anyways, back in this matchup, I just think Allen's the better fighter, man. Anywhere the fight goes, I mean, Nick Lentz is a good guillotine. Nick Lentz is a good grappler, but I think it's gonna be really tough for him to get him down. And I just don't like the move the 45. I think Allen's gonna piece him up, and he's probably gonna get a finish. So I'll go to Arnold Allen by finish. Next fight, we got Bevon Lewis versus Dequan Townsend. This is a super interesting fight because we got Bevon, who's a huge favorite at minus 410. He's 0-2 in the UFC. I bet him versus Uriah Hall. He looked really good, and then he just got knocked out stiff. And he's actually been knocked out stiff as well in amateurs. So, I mean, that's twice he's been knocked out. I think he is a little chinny. Darren Stewart hurt him too. His confidence, he didn't do anything against Darren Stewart, man. He got dominated the fight. He just didn't do anything. Stewart just took him out of his game. I feel like just confidence, man, wasn't there from getting smoked into Uriah Hall. I do think he has talent though. I mean, Bevon Lewis is a good striker, man. He has good grappling. Guy trains with John Jones. He's a big middleweight. He's athletic. He's fast. He has a good jab. He has good hands, good kicks. So I feel like that he has potential, but I feel like the line's off, man. I mean, yeah, Daquan Townsend, he's a jobber. I think he's, um, brought him to lose. He's not the best. He's definitely at the bottom of the division. But one thing about him, he's a KO artist. He has a lot of wins by KO. He hits like a truck. Like 15 of wins are by KO. He dropped. We'll talk about him later. Jamahal Hill. I know Jamahal Hill recovered pretty fast, but I mean, Townsend hits like a truck. The only thing about him, like the main thing about him that like is which is why he's not that good of a fighter is that he has no takedown defense. I mean, you can take him down at will and just keep him down there. I mean, his jab actually looked pretty good against Dalcha. I mean, he looked pretty good, man, in that first round. But his gas tank's not the best. He has a good chin, but I mean, he just has no takedown defense. And I think if Vaughn Roos is smart, he just takes him down, man, and just smothers him, gets on top and probably pounds him out on the feet. I think Bevon's more technical, and Bevon has knockout power too. He has really good knees in the clinch, but I mean, Townsend has more power, man. Townsend hits like a truck, like I already mentioned. I know Townsend hasn't fought, the best competition really besides Jamahal Hill and a couple other guys. But yeah, I mean, this is I would not want to touch Bevon Lewis here. I do think that Townsend has a shot, but I'm not gonna pick him or bet him. So I'll go with my boy Bevon Lewis. But yeah, I'm not confident. Next fight, we got Jamahal Hill versus Darko Stosic, and this is my second play of the night. So I don't even know if I mentioned it, but yeah, I don't think I said what. But I have 2 units at plus 105 for Brett Johns. This fight, I got 3 units of Jamahal Hill at minus 130. And I like Jamahal Hill, man, a lot. I think this guy like is gonna have a really good debut here. I think he's going to go far in the division. I feel like this guy is going to be one of the best prospects at 205, and he's going to go far, man. I mean, he has really good striking game. He was 3-0 when he fought Townsend. He dominated the fight. He got dropped and just, I mean, recovered super fast. I mean, he's so dynamic on the feet, man. I mean, he has a really serious straight left, a good jab, really good kicks. He's so fast. Has really awkward movement. I mean, this kid's tough to take down. He has good offensive wrestling too. He's only been taken down a couple times in his career, and he got right back up. Darko Stosic is really slow, man. I mean, the dude's just kind of been, kind of underwhelming in the UFC. He went out there and beat Jeremy Kimball, who's a jobber, just like Dequan Townsend. Then he went out there and, he lost to Devin Clark, who I'm not really that high on either. I don't think he's that good. And then he went out there and lost to Kennedy, Njoku, whatever you want to say his name is. And I mean, He beat Kennedy for sure. I mean, he definitely outstruck him, but he lost with those groin shock or those groin strikes. He had like three of them in that fight, and I think Darko has to take him down to get this win. He has decent wrestling, but I feel like even if he takes down Hill, Hill's gonna get right back up. He's just slow and stiff on the feet. He hits hard for sure, but I mean, a guy like Jamahal Hill, man, he's just like a huge speed advantage, so much more technical, so many more weapons on the feet, dude. I mean, he rips the body, man. I mean, dude, like I already mentioned, great straight left, good jab, good kicks. He has really good pressure too, and like I mentioned, his movement's really good. He was doing some weird ass Bruce Lee shit, man, against Dequan Townsend. That was pretty badass. But I think he's just gonna absolutely dissect him on the feet, and I think Jamahal Hill is here to stay, man. So I'm gonna go with Jamahal Hill. And one more thing too. His cardio is really good, and Darko Stocic's cardio is not good, man. I mean, there's a lot of muscle. He slows down, so Jamahal Hill's going to go out there and I feel like get a finish here, man. Style on Darko Stosic, who he could get cut. Maybe they'll give him another chance. Maybe fight Justin with that. I don't know, but who knows? I got Jamahal Hill. Next fight, we got Hannah Cifers versus Angela Hill. So this is a really interesting fight, man. So yeah, Angela Hill. I mean, what do you want to say about Angela Hill, man? She's so inconsistent, man. I mean, she's like what 4-5 in the UFC. She's 10-7. I mean, she has good striking, but I mean, I don't know, man. What's up with her, man? I mean, she has no ground game, dude. She really doesn't. You take her down, she's like a fish out of water down there. She has good cardio. She has a good chin, but I mean, she just, she gets pressured back to the fence sometimes. Just, doesn't throw that much. A girl like Hannah Cifers, I think it's gonna be counted out here, man. Everyone's picking Angela Hill, and I've seen everyone pick her, honestly. And Cifers is 10-3. Cifers is definitely the smaller girl for sure. But one thing I like about Cifers is that she's a dog. She's gonna be pressuring her, and she's gonna be throwing bombs, man. She has a lot of volume, and she's not going to let Angela Hill pick her apart at range. She's going to be in her face, and Angela Hill doesn't do good with pressure, man. So, and she has the grappling advantage too. I mean, Cyber gets on top, dude. She has good ground and pound, but I just think a lot of people are counting her out. I know this is probably, the second best girl she's fought. She Macy Barber, she got knocked out, but she looked good, man, in her debut against her. And then, or wait, she did. She beat Paula Viana, she beat Jodie Escobar. Angela Hill's coming off that good win against Ariana. I forget the girl that trains with Jessica Andrade. But I think Cybers is better than her, man. And I think Cybers is no slouch. Like people like to say that she's a joke and all that, man, because she's quiet and all that, but she's a tough girl, man. She's in a fight for your money too, and like I mentioned, man, she has the ground game, the ground advantage, and she hits hard, man. She really does. I mean, Hill's more technical, but Cypher's gonna get in her face, man, make it a scrap, dude. So I'm gonna go with Hannah Cyphers, man, for the upset, man. I feel like a lot of people aren't gonna be picking her. She could get a split, and yeah, that's not a lot of points for Mr. Arkansas's competition, all that. But I'm gonna go with Hannah Cyphers, man, with a decision win. So next up, we got Jordan Espinosa versus Alex Perez. This is another fight that I'm going with the dog. I got Jordan Espinosa here, man, with the upset. I'm not playing him, but I do think he's going to get the win. Alex Perez is a good fighter for sure. He's a good grappler, man. I mean, he's a big dude for the division. But Jordan Espinosa, man, he's a good fighter too. I know he lost a danger last fight. He went shot for a takedown. He shouldn't have, and he got tapped out. But I mean, this kid is good. He has really good hands. I mean, he does good going backwards. He has a really good jab, good right hand. He's a knockout artist. But my thing in this fight was that he has a really huge speed advantage, man. He's a lot faster than Alex Perez. Alex Perez doesn't really do good, man, when he's fighting the faster guy. Watch the Joe B fight. Even if Perez has been, tapped out 3 times, I think Jordan has 2. But if Perez shoots on Jordan Perez, he needs to watch out for that Darce. And Jordan Espinosa has really good takedown defense, man. So it's going to be really hard to go out there and take this guy down the world. You're not fighting Mark Del Rosa anymore. So, and I think Jordan has the better striking too. I think Perez is pretty good striking as well, but I think Jordan has the better striking. He's a faster guy. He's more explosive. I feel like, just the speed advantage is gonna be really big here for Jordan Espinosa. I feel like, man. So I got Espinosa, man. I think that he's gonna hurt him, man, Alex Perez, and get him out of there on the ground. So I got Jordan Espinosa. Uh, Jimmy the drunk. Macy was 91% on the World Cup. Yeah, she was. I didn't play her in that tournament, so I got lucky there. Gold Caps, what's up, brother? Angela has such a unique body type. Props to anyone who bet Roxy. Yeah. Oh, I mean, anyone that bet Roxy, I mean, that's a sick win. Or that was a really cool, really, really badass win. I mean, huge underdog. But yeah, Angela has a unique body type for sure. All right, so next fight, the co-main event of the evening, we got Michael Chiesa versus RDA. And I got another upset here. I got the dog, Michael Chiesa, 2 units to plus 225. I bet a lot of people are going to be on RDA. Pre-tape, I thought RDA was going to go out there and beat him, man. But then you watch the tape, and like, dude, this is the kind of fighter that gives RDA trouble, man. I mean, Kiesa's no slouch, especially at 170. I know he hasn't fought in the best competition, Diego Sanchez and Carlos Condit, but he dominated both of them. This is definitely the division for him for sure. I know he's had some losses at 155 he shouldn't have had, like against Pettis, but this guy's the real deal at 170. I feel like I don't think he's going to be like a future champ or anything contender, but I think that he can win a lot of fights. And this is all about the sideways matchup here. I mean, yeah, he's not Colby Covington, he's not Usman, but I mean, even Kevin Lee gave RDA a lot of trouble, man. And I mean, he gassed out, and that was a 5 round fight. Kevin Lee has cardio problems. Okay, Kiesa's not going to gas out here. He has great cardio, and it's a 3rd round fight. I feel like it favors Chiesa. I mean, yeah, RDA is better on the feet. He has better striking. He's more technical. He has a good jab, good right hand. Chiesa's striking's improving. It's not bad. It's not terrible. He has a good jab. He has really good pressure, but Chiesa's going to make it ugly. He's going to get in his face and back him against the fence. And Chiesa has a really good ground game, man. I mean, these wrestlers, man, give him trouble, RDA, man. I mean, look at RDA's. He's on a 3-fight losing streak, man. Look at against fighters better than him, like Leon Edwards, Colby, like I mentioned, Usman. But like I said, Kevin Lee gave him a lot of trouble too. So I feel a lot of people are counting on Chiesa here, man, because Chiesa can 100% get him down on the mat. I don't know if he gets a submission because he's never been tapped at RDA, but Chiesa can smother him, man. He has good top control. He has a really good ground game. He's definitely one of the best. That's probably one of the best ground games in the division. And RDA, yeah, he's a gatekeeper keeper. He's old. Maybe you can say he's declining and all that stuff, but I mean, he's the better striker for sure. But I don't think he's going to go out there and knock him out or anything. He might piece him up, but like I mentioned, Chiesa's going to get him down. And I feel like it's a good stylistic matchup for Michael Chiesa. So I'm going to go with Chiesa with the win. I could say he can get a decision win and all that stuff, but I'm gonna go out, man. Say he's gonna hand RDA his first submission loss, man. Chiesa has a good submission game, dude. So I got Chiesa by submission or a decision. Main event: Curtis Blaydes versus JDS. We got Curtis Blaydes, the favorite. We got JDS, the dog. This is a good fight, and I just can't bet. I can't bet. I can't pick JDS here. I know he's the better striker. He has good boxing, but he's been taken down before. And Curtis Blaydes is one of the best fighters in the division. He's only lost to Francis Ngannou. I feel like he has a really good jab and a good right hand, and he's just going to set it up and take him down. His grappling's legit. Want Curtis Blaydes on DraftKings. I think Curtis Blaydes is going to make quick work of this fight. JDS, his chin's deteriorating. He's been knocked out 3 or 4 times. He's taken a lot of damage lately. You can see Curtis Blaydes has taken damage, but Curtis Blaydes is a tough guy, man. He's a really tough dude. So I think JDS could touch him up, and then Curtis is going to take him down, man, immediately. And I think he's going to pound him out on the mat. I got Curtis Blaydes by finish. So, yeah, guys, I got 3 plays: Jamahal Hill, Brett Johns, and my boy Michael Chiesa. So, yeah, let me know in the comments below who you guys got in every fight. I want everyone to check out Mr. Arkansas's channel and the prediction wars. It's gonna be fun. I can't wait. Good luck to everyone in the DraftKings tournament, the World Cup this week. I can't wait, man. We have a 2-week break after this, and then we have UFC like every weekend for a while. Let's get it, guys. Please like and subscribe, and follow my Twitter. Check my Bet MMA for anything you guys want to know. So thanks, guys, for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.